Yep. We're back. We're back. We are back. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. You walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like? What's cracking like? What is cracking like on this fresh start Monday?
Man, you know we chilling. We out here trying to get it.
Yeah, as we always get, man. Hey, man, it's another Fresh Start Monday. You about to get it in as always. Excuse me. But other than that, I'm ready to go. Let's get this. Let's go. Let's get it.
Not that, but you guys had a good weekend. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Everything was all right. No issues. Party like a rock star.
I went to the spa yesterday, y'all. I was there for like 4 hours, and that was relaxing. I had something like that in a long time.
Boy, who you telling, boy? You make me want to go to the spa, man. Did they do your nails? Did they do a manicure, pedicure too as well? Or nah? This is back massage stuff like that.
Oh no, I just got a massage. We did a couple saunas. I got something to eat there. It was Korean type of spa. So the dish was really good. Like it was it was really good. I was surprised because you order it. And then, they'll cook it for you 10 to 15 minutes, and it came out nice and fresh. It was sizzling. I'm like, wow, it was nice. But yeah, customer service was nice. So I got next time I send my wife there, she gonna like it.
Wow. So guys, it's always good to go treat yourself, gentlemen. And not that, but Groupon be having some good deals too. So for the gentlemen that want to go out there and enjoy yourself, go to Groupon, man. I'm telling you, take yourself out to a spa. You don't need to contribute to your ladies all the time. Ladies do that all the time by themselves. So man, go over there, go get your pedicure done, man. Go treat yourself sometime. We work too hard, especially for those guys that got heavy feet. I'm one of them. So go ahead, treat yourself. So like always, like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X. Sports. You already know what time it is. Sports. It was the All-Star weekend. Jordan, what's going on in the sports world?
Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go to All-Star weekend. Let's recap a little bit. So, last night you had the All-Star game. It was, like I said, it was a different format. And, a lot of people was like iffy about it. But if you look at how they play, all the NBA players and also the Rising Star players, they really complete out there this time. The last few years they haven't really compete like that. So, it was, the Rising Stars was the OGs. And you had the international players versus the young stars and everything, and then you had the Shaq OGs who won the whole All-Star game, and then you had Steph Curry who was host of the All-Star game because in San Francisco he won his MVP, and then you look at the slam dunk contest. McGuger, if I'm saying his name too, he won his 3 straight slam dunk contests, and I watched that, and he was amazing. Another controversy of the NBA All-Star game that LeBron James, he had set out, the All-Star game a few hours before, he was going to play, and that got kind of controversial because, since he was hurt, people would have thought that, he could have set out and had another All-Star reserve from him, like a Norman Paul, who was playing great in the Los Angeles Clippers. And a lot of people was getting heat on LeBron James because he sat out a few hours before he was going to start the game. So go ahead, Hakeem played a couple of clips from LeBron James, Steph Curry, and the slam dunk champion. And then after that, we'll chop it up.
It's the first one on the top.
All right, my bad.
With the LeBron James.
What will we see from you tonight?
You won't see anything from me tonight. Unfortunately, I will not be in uniform tonight. Still dealing with ankle and foot discomfort, so I will not be playing tonight, unfortunately. I hate that, but I'm looking forward to seeing the format. This is the first year for it. I know we got a lot of great, they call us the OGs. That's hilarious. We do got a few guys with great hairs, so that makes sense. But, that should be fun. I saw the quote the other day from DK was somebody who's going to play against me. So I guess I'll see him at practice. Mostly I'll be at practice. We can go at it then. So that makes sense. But, that should be fun. I saw the quote the other day from DK was somebody who's going to play against me. So I guess I'll see him at practice. Mostly I'll be at practice. We can go at it then.
Hold on. You said there's another one.
Yes, two more.
The honor and a blessing to be able to, celebrate and share this beautiful Bay Area that's been a part of my life for the last 16 years, and the basketball history and culture that's here, and the amazing fans that are here, and the impact that the game being here has had on both cities. So it was awesome from start to finish. And I mean, the highlight is obviously the game. That's what everybody's looking forward to, but it brought a lot of my people together that have helped me along the way or been a part of the journey, and I got to kind of reflect a little bit, and I'm excited to get back to work next week. I'll definitely get away and take a little catch up on some sleep, but everything kind of went exactly as it should, and it's a 10 out of 10 experience for sure hosting the game here. The hosting experience was unbelievable.
That was it, or there was another one?
There was another one, the Steph Gun check in, which is this is also a short video, and then we'll get right.
Where is the other one at?
It's right under the one you played.
Because right under that one is.
Oh, it didn't go through. My bad.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, I thought it went through. I thought it was the same one. Yeah. But there you go. There you guys have it. That was LeBron James. He set out. That caused a lot of controversy. And also, Steph Curry. He won the MVP. And for a lot of people that have mixed reviews, but when it comes to the players, they did compete. And and we don't know the numbers yet for the views for it. But we'll see how the views go and how the audience liked it. So go to you, Ronnie. What's your take of the whole All-Star weekend? It could be from All-Star Saturday, Sunday, LeBron James. What's your take of the whole All-Star weekend?
I'm being honest, I didn't watch the All-Star weekend. No offense to the All-Star weekend. I know a lot of people were tuning in, but it didn't really interest me as much. But however, I did watch some highlights, and to me, the one I always like about the All-Star weekend is the slam dunk competition. To me, I think that's very, very cool. Shout out to the Orlando player that won the All-Star weekend slam dunk competition. He did that great 360 over a car. Amazing. I love to see stuff like that. And for some apparent reason, I knew LeBron James was going to sit this one out. A lot of people are upset that he sat this one out. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. A lot of sports commentary are upset at LeBron James right now at the moment because he sat this one out. Apparently, he said his knee and I think his ankle was bothering him, so he didn't want to play. He didn't want to risk it. But to me, it's All-Star weekend. He should know that it's going to be a light game. Everybody's just going out there just having pretty much an exhibition fun game. It's just fun. Having fun shooting throughout the three-point lane on half court like Steph Curry did. That's pretty much was it. So it wasn't really too much exciting for me. But Hakeem, your commentary, do you watch the All-Star week?
So ironically, I did watch some of it. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was a bit lackluster. Like, it's not like the All-Star games I remember in the past. Like, a lot of these guys are not as extremely talented as our juggernauts. I seen some people did some things, but it wasn't nothing to really brag about. I could see why the ratings of the NBA is not at its best. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel fun, like, to watch. There wasn't nothing amazing that I seen.
I'll say for me, I watched this All-Star Saturday night, just to see, how things go. The 3-point contest, that went pretty good. I did watch the slam dunk contest because, Mac McClung, who played for Orlando Magic, he was going for his 3 straight, and and he's a very creative dunker, and he showed out. And he has really have creativity in his dunks, and I think this is going to be his last time coming. But for all due respect, when it comes to All-Star Weekend, we want to see all-star players in the slam dunk contest. That's what we want to see. We want to see the John Morants, the Anthony Davis. I mean, not the Anthony Davis, the Anthony Edwards. We want to see these young stars in the slam dunk contest. We haven't seen, I can't remember a really good all-star slam dunker since Dwight Howard. And he was a big guy. And big guys even don't win slam dunk contests like that. So next year, we want to see some superstars. Now, going to the All-Star game, I saw some highlights. I wasn't interested because I just didn't like the format, because I missed the East versus West. But the thing is, they don't compete like that like they used to. They really don't. So I did saw the highlights, and all the players, they was very, very competitive how they play. And it was cool. But I just hope next year they'll go back to the East and West, and hopefully they can really, really compete again. Please compete. And then for LeBron James, if he was gonna get hurt, he should have set out Thursday or Friday if he wasn't gonna play. I know he's an older fella. I know he's old. But if you're gonna sit out LeBron, make sure you sit out so somebody else can play.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for being here. Money. Yes, I love the money. Jordan, what's going on with the money, big dog? What's happening?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about retirement. Not necessarily on the money side per se, but more on the long-term care planning time when it comes to retirement. Because I feel like, for people when it comes to retirement, a lot of people think, okay, how much money I'm going to save up and everything. That's cool, but what about yourself, your longevity, how you going to save money when it comes to, if you have to get surgeries, anything like that, like hip resurgence, like hip replacements and everything, because once you get older, your body's not going to move the same and everything. So it's very, very important to save your money, not just for you to spend on, pay rent, pay mortgage, but also for your health. When it comes to surgeries, prescriptions, anything like that. And that right there, I think a lot of people don't really think about once they get old, but hopefully, when we talk about it, we can definitely help people out when it comes to saving for your health. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip.
But shout out to Mr. Muhammad. Blessed be upon you, big dog, for being here and also on the spot live. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here, even though I know right now you are live. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
If you're nearing retirement, you may be thinking about different financial considerations like enrolling in Medicare, adjusting your budget, and withdrawing funds from your retirement accounts. But there are also longer-term considerations that you'll need to think about for more comprehensive planning. Joining me now, we've got the host of Decoding Retirement, Bob Powell, in studio with us. Bob, you got to talk about the differences that you perceive in the planning for the first so-called part of your retirement versus the second part of your retirement.
Yeah, so there are typically 3 phases of retirement: the go-go years, the slow-go years, and the no-go years. And most people plan for the go-go and slow-go, but no less so for the no-go years. And the no-go years are really important to plan for because that's when all your health concerns arise. And many people often say that they don't want to be a burden on their children. Well, if that was the case, if they don't want to be a burden on your children, you would plan for those no-go years. And you wouldn't plan during a crisis, you would plan decades before there's a crisis.
And so how do you think about how you're paying for all of this? Is it all you, or is there a government assistant that comes along?
Yeah, so there are 2 things to think about, Brad. One is, where will you live and how will you pay for it? Mm-hmm. So in your go-go and slow-go years, most people want to age in place. 80% of older adults want to age in place. And so if they need health care at home, there are a number of options. They could get a geriatric care manager, they could get a home health aide, they could get unpaid help through their daughters and sons and loved ones. And that's one way to think about, or they could go to an adult daycare too. So there's options for people who are aging in place.
And so how do you think about how you're paying for all of this? I mean, when you ultimately are clarifying how people are paying here, I mean, just break that down for us.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't have long-term care insurance. So most of the time, what they're doing is paying out of pocket for things like home health aides or geriatric care managers. Things get a little bit more complicated when you have to move out of your house into maybe a continuing care retirement community or assisted living, or worse yet, a skilled nursing facility. Then things get a lot more expensive. And then you have to think about, well, if you're going into a skilled nursing facility, will Medicaid pay for it? And that does end up paying for about 70% of Americans who are in a long-term skilled nursing facility. On the other hand, if you're in an assisted living facility or in a continuing care retirement community, it's likely that you're paying out of pocket for it. And those can get expensive, around $5,000 a month.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Bob, thanks so much for taking the time break.
Yeah, man. Look at that type of money. It caught me, for myself, look at the numbers and seeing this video, it caught me missing one thing. Okay, if I get, make it to 67 or 80, when it comes to, if I had kids or more kids I'm gonna stay with, if I don't, how are we gonna spend the money like that? Which is something to think about. So go ahead, Rodney. What's your take about, future planning when it comes to your health?
Shout out to Dave Ramsey. I love the Dave Ramsey show. I watch all his highlights, especially when it comes to the aspect of retirement. One of the questions a lot of older people tend to ask him, "Hey, Dave, I didn't save enough money for retirement. Is it too late for me?" And the number one thing he will always tell them, "No, it's never too late for retirement to save up for retirement." So if you're someone that's not saving right now for retirement, you need to get started. The best way to get started, especially with your employers, go ahead, set up a 401k. Of course, it's not financial advisor. Always speak with a financial advisor. But I'm just being honest. This is what I have done for my personal. Listen to a lot of financial guru and also going to my employers, asking them questions when it comes to retirement. Set up a 401k, set up a life insurance policy. Not only that, if you have money in the bank, make sure the money in the bank is working for you. Never have money in the bank just not doing that, absolutely not doing anything. And not only that, if you have some people, they like to save money and put underneath their mattress, in a shoebox, in their car. If you have money laying around, make sure it's being used for and utilize it strongly, because you know why? When you get older, you see, like LeBron James, he was not able to go to the All-Star. He was in the All-Star game, but he was not able to play because now his knees is acting up, because he's getting older in age. You want to make sure you have money enough saved up for retirement so it can help you pay off those expenses just in case you need those medical expenses paid off for. I'm just keeping 100, folks. Especially now, you're seeing people live to be over 90 years old, which is amazing. You want to make sure you don't become a burden to your own kids. You're seeing how kids are taking over their parents' burden because they're like, "Oh, it's my duty as a son or a daughter to take care of my parents when they get older." Yes, I think it's very commendable. But however, you want to make sure you set for yourself for a very long time. My father is set for life. Hakeem, you will talk about that. His father set for life, his mom as well, because they set up a retirement plan so they can always be straight. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
What up? And shout outs to Ashton Women, the Shiesty Avengers in the building. They'll be going live right after us. He took the words out of my mouth. Retirement plan, 401k. But biggest thing, he said something in that video. I want people to know that where are you going to live? And this is why it's always important to try to own a property, not something that is too expensive, so you can be able to age where you at. You can always have somebody come take care of you, but it's hard if you don't have nowhere to stay. So that's why ownership, shout out to On the Spot Live, who is a realtor, why it's important to own where you live.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. And then I really listened to this video. It caused me wonder. It's like, once I get up into age, and once I have my daughter, really talk about the area where she might move, or me and my wife might move at, and really discuss when we get up in age, like how my finances are, not just to my wife, also to my child when I get up in age and everything, because. Like I said, you never know that, like I said, if me and my wife get something up to age in that, and, we might be, losing sight, like a sight, might not be seeing well, or, might get, some people get dementia at a very early age too. I think it's very, very important when it comes to finances to really push. If you got any kids kind of push them with the finances, if you help with finances and everything. So at the situation, there's certain families I know me and my mom talked about this, you know, when my mom get a little bit up in age, that, you know, if she want to live somewhere when she starts retiring, you know, she want to live, you know, with me if I'm still in California, something like that, you know, and kind of and really discuss her finances in the future. And obviously, she's gonna use her finances not for herself, but also, you know, for self care and everything. So, yeah, what it comes, if you got any parents that are elderly, you said, Ronnie and Akeem, your parents are really set for life and everything.
Yep.
And they really, you know, try to kind of, you know, if they pass away, you guys are maybe kind of set up in a way, you know, in the future as well. And I think that's very, very important. And also, you know, I know for you guys' parents and for my parents and everything, you know, when it comes to, you know, insurances and health and everything, they pretty much good to go. But also, they do have their kids, you know, if anything can happen, you know, they got the kids that kind of when it comes to any type of medical issues, when it comes to surgery, anything like that. You know, if your parents, my parents, like, hey, you know, I want you, you know, to tell, you know, the doctor what needs to be done. And I'm giving you the you know I'm giving you the option of giving me the best thing so for me to happen to me for long term.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to Ashton, the creator of a Shiesty Avenger, is also in the building. You know, I can't give him a shout out, but I want to make sure to give him a shout out once again. Now that shout out to Rufus True right now watching us on Instagram, and also Carwina is also watching us on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do greatly appreciate it. Hip hop, yes, hip hop. Jordan, what's going on in the hip hop world?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about DJ Paul. And, you know, he was on a podcast and really talk about, you know, there always been rumors about, you know, 3 6 Mafia or, you know, study, you know, being some satanic type of stuff because, you know, they're 3 6s and everything. And, you know, DJ Paul, he kind of, you know, denied, he came up into the podcast, basically denied or what we was trying to do and everything. You know, people thought, you know, how, you know, some of their songs, it kind of got that satanic feel in a way, and people think, you know, they some satanic work. So he said he purely denies it. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Come up with the name 3 6 Mafia because there's been so much speculation to you guys' name because it does have 666 in it.
Yeah, it came from that. Basically, Lord Infamous said 666 Mafia in a song. It wasn't even our group name. He just said it. He was just like a 666 Mafia, falling down, and a silencer. And I liked that. And I was like, whoa, that's dope. And I just started sampling 666 Mafia, and that became really popular with us. And that still wasn't our name. I would just sample that, and then, you know, when it was time to form a group, I was like, hey, we should call ourselves 666 Mafia, and everybody liked it. And then next thing I know, white fans came like that. They flocked to us. Next thing I know, we got a call to do a show in Bartlett, Tennessee. I'm like, Bartlett, Tennessee? I'm like, I don't even know black folks can go out there. What? And then next thing I know, we just started doing shows in number white club.
I know Lord Infamous has gone on record to say that he dabbled in like Satanism and all that stuff.
Yeah, he didn't do that for real.
He didn't?
Hell no.
I just watched an interview with him last night where he was talking about how he went to hell and demons were torturing him and like it was crazy. And I was
was just high.
Yeah. Okay.
I grew up singing Amazing Grace in the church, and I was playing the organ. Everybody know that. I was in the church every Sunday in Mississippi. It don't get no more churcher than Mississippi.
I love that you call him out like that. Like, you're like, no, that's my brother. Nope, he grew up singing Amazing Grace. So there was no real satanic reasoning behind the name.
No.
The lore has always just kind of like your reputation precedes you.
Yeah, it was just an image. It was just something that was cool. We never studied Satan or any of that. I don't know nothing about all that.
How did you guys come up with the name 3 6 Mafia? Because there's been so much speculation to you.
So there you have it. That was DJ Paul, himself with the 3 6 Mafia. So Ronnie, do you believe what DJ Paul's saying?
Of course, they came up. That's how they came with the name. Now a lot of people say the name 3 6 Mafia is satanic due to the fact it's 666. They say that's the number of the devil. So they say, how do you come up with that name 3 6 Mafia and use the numbers 666. So a lot of people felt that name was very demonic. But DJ Paul is very laid back with it. He's laughing about the whole situation because at the end of the day, that's the name they want to name the group. So a lot of people say it was a lot of spiritual aspect, a lot of rituals going on within the group, but none of that was ever proven. So it's just them just coming up with the name. That's it. But Hakeem more hip hop savvy than me. So Hakeem 3-6 Mafia. Is it demonic or not?
No. First off, Ashton can speak on this a lot more because he is from Memphis and Mississippi is right there. A lot of these guys grew up in the church. A lot of us grew up in the church. So you can hear the soulfulness in the beats and stuff like that and the way the tones that they're singing. A lot of these guys, I just think sometimes people get into hip hop, they use these alter egos. It doesn't necessarily that. I've been listening to 3-6 Mafia way back then, and I'm a big Project Pac fan. You know what I mean? So nothing ever in their music ever came out talking about satanic. It was all about country living and growing up down south.
Absolutely, Hakeem, and you took the words out of my mouth. You listen to all these songs, you don't hear, no type of satanic type of, flow from the music or how they rap and everything. I just think, people, that see the, 366 is like, oh my God, they must worship, they must be some satanic rappers and everything, and really not listen to their music and see what they're all about and everything. So I just think, that the three sixes and everything, it kind of, so for some people or half of people, it stopped to say, wait a minute, 666. They must be some satanic type of fools. Why would they put 666? They're not with the Lord. They with some satanic stuff. No, not whatsoever. Not whatsoever. You listen to this song, you're gonna groove to it. They had some hot topics. I mean, some hot music back in the 90s where we was pumping, and they had a couple bangers and everything. But yeah, when it comes to DJ Paul, he was 100% correct. It's just a name that they use as a group. And that's really it. You don't hear any rumors about, Juicy J or DJ Paul doing some satanic stuff. We never heard any rumors about that. Never, ever. And so it's just the name that, it causes people off guard. But if you listen to their music, how they was raised, good old church boys.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Go right ahead, Ken. You was going to say something.
My last point to tell you that a lot of these hip-hop guys take this. Look at a lot of other people who call themselves after horrific things. Jim Jones, the one with the purple syrup, those are leading to that incident that happened in Guyana. And you even got Charlemagne the God. He calls himself Charlemagne the God. He's not even 5%er, and he calls himself Charlemagne. If a lot of people have done their history, which is the Holy Roman Empire, and you know what he did, you know what I mean? Like, if you know what he is known for, so.
Yeah, I thought it was the same thing through. I thought it was 3-6. No, but it's actually 666.
Yeah, 666.
It's 666.
Yeah, I used to say the same thing too. I thought it was 36. No, it's 666.
Yeah, I used to say 3-6 too, because the way you see the logo is like 3-6.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought so too. I mean? But no.
Yeah,
no.
So.
It's a number of the devil, but a lot of people. But like you say here, DJ Paul already cleared up. Hakeem cleared up, and also Jordan as well. Yeah, I know Hakeem be on his bag when it comes to hip hop. Yeah, he on his bag. He's on his bag. So I would say like, share, and subscribe, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. You already know it's Fresh Start Monday. Go right ahead, Jordan.
All right, let's start with some breaking news. And this is another plane accident coming out of Toronto, Canada. And I'm a little bit disappointed because it's one of my favorite airlines, and it is Delta. I'm a little disappointed. So I'm gonna give you some more, give you a little scoop before we start the clip. So for what we know, it has been at least 18 people were injured after the plane crashed into the Toronto International Airport. According to Delta Airlines, through the flight with 80 people on board from Minneapolis in an upside down on the runway, no one was killed in the incident of the injuries. So they said strong winds have been impacted Toronto all day, and said winds are currently sustained at least 32 to 40 miles per hour in Toronto International Airport. And then one more thing, the incident came less than 3 weeks after the American Airlines planes collided mid-air with the U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter while approaching the Washington, D.C., which we covered 3 weeks ago. So, man, it's right now, it's getting a little bit scary right now because we're seeing, now it's going to see more commercial planes are either crashing on the air or crashing on the ground, and it's really not a good look for the airlines. So go ahead, Hot Clean, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody, most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off. Some smoke going on. We're in Toronto. We just landed.
So yeah, man, it's getting scary out here right now. I thought, it looks like it's not stopping. It's like we covered this, almost every single show about a plane crashing, and it's looking scary. It's looking scary right now. So go ahead, Ronnie. We got another plane crashing. Apparently, Delta is one of my favorite airlines, and man, what's going on? What is going on? You're on mute.
No, what I was telling you guys before, and I stand firm on it. I think there's a conspiracy going on when it comes to these flights. I think there's a reason why they're not trying to make people fly. I don't know what's the reason for. I can't spoke about it the other day on the show, talking about now they want AI to run these flights to be like they are more safer to go with AI. So if that's the route they're trying to go by scaring people not to fly, it's working. Because now, guess what? By these news keep continuing to cover plane crashing everywhere, it's going to bring the flying industry down because now you're going to have investors going to withdraw for investing into the certain type of company like Spirit, Delta, American Airlines, all the big name airlines where people actually travel through every day. So my thing is, Trump administration, you see their administration that don't play. They're going to find somebody and hold them totally accountable for it. But we need to be more stand firm and to not allow the people to panic. Because soon you allow people to panic, that's when chaos starts to happen. And that's one thing I don't like about the news media. It's going to force people to panic. And then it's going to be the same situation we're having right now with the egg shortage. People panic, they start doing crazy things like they never did before. So, I always tell people, go ahead and flight. Plane crashes happens all the time. It happens. But the rate is going in right now. To me, I think you need to further look into that because I think it's a conspiracy going on with that. Go ahead, Ikem.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I said this before. It's ironic that we in continuously seeing planes are being crashes. There's planes that are crashed we probably haven't even heard about yet. But this is a ploy to start implementing autonomous flights. Android, AI stuff. I can see this coming on. They're already doing that in China right now. They're working on the tech. The tech is here. They already have autonomous drones and autonomous fighter planes. Y'all just don't know it. They've already tested them out in war. This is the new coming to life. They're going to make sure that people don't own planes. We don't own cars. And we're just paying to just use them. And that's it. And that's the next thing. Though here's the thing. Ironically, if they implement autonomous flights would get cheaper because you don't have to pay somebody $60,000, $70,000 or $100,000, $200,000 to fly the thing.
Yeah, absolutely, yo. And the thing is, you have a point, Hakeem, because we're seeing it more when it comes to commercial flights, and we see it more like it's like a smaller plane, a crop plane, or an Air Force plane. We wouldn't say nothing about it because it's only one passenger, either riding it or maybe 2 or 3 passengers on it. Now we're seeing a trend that it's more of you see more of the commercial planes are being crashed or being flipped over or hitting other planes and everything. And it's really it's getting a scare tactic for people. Say, yo, man, this is a little bit too much. Maybe I want to drive or take a bus or take a train to where I need to go and everything. And I think people, if we see this more of a trend keep going, you're gonna see a lot of people reconsider, be on the flights and everything. Personally for me, I'm going on vacation pretty soon. I will be flying. This is not going to scare me, whatever bit and everything. But it does pique my eyes of interest of what's going to go ahead of the line. I know, this is not how's it looking right now. Maybe on the next show we're going to discuss another plane and another plane and another plane until we're going to see how society shifts their minds of okay, maybe I don't want to fly no more. Maybe I want to do something else. And once we see that, then we'll see the prices of the airlines, if they're going to keep where they're going to keep, or are they going to go down? And not just that, this is going to affect their stocks for sure. Delta stocks, Spirit stocks. This will be a big impact when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to these airline stocks. So be on the lookout for there. I know, for people that got invest in stocks like this, they're going to. I won't be surprised they sell it right now, because it's a trend right now, and it looks like it's not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, but it seemed like nobody was injured on board, so that's a great thing to hear about. So shout out to the pilot that was able to land it correctly. So nobody was injured, nobody was hurt. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. Go right ahead, Jordan.
All right, let's get into the main topic. We're gonna, and it's been trending all weekend, and it's still trending. We're gonna talk about the federal employees are being laid off. When it comes to, give me 1 second. I lost the article. 1 second. Okay, so the federal government began the process of firing several hundred employees from the federal administration just weeks after the federal, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. 1 second.
Shout out to a new subscriber, SSF, for being here. Greatly appreciate, big dog. And now that shout out to Next Level. That's also in the building. Great to see you, big dog.
SF is telling the truth right there. Shout out to Next Level. Where you been at, baby?
Yeah, SF is telling the truth.
All right, I have it, guys. So the Trump administration is an effort to terminate thousands of pro-national workers, including agencies, on a call to move forward in the layoffs. Officials have set their sight on workers who have typically been employed for less than a year or two in some places, because they have fewer jobs protection and lack the right to appeal. So the labor union represents federal employees are still working to get their arms around the full scale scooping of the firing of the employers for this week. And then more than 200,000 employers have worked within the federal government for less than a year, according to the most recent from 2024 data from the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. So right now, Trump is not playing, y'all. He is, want to, really cut, really do a federal cut to really save money. And a lot of people thought he was playing around. And also people he was asking, the people that was working out of office, get you back work immediately or you're gonna get fired. And most of the people got fired. So Trump, when it comes to Trump, is in term. He is not playing around, and wherever he said he's gonna do, he is gonna do. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
The Trump administration's sweeping efforts to cut the federal workforce. More agencies announcing mass layoffs that could come as soon as this week. The IRS is the latest, set to lay off thousands of probationary workers in the middle of tax season. This is according to two sources familiar with the agency's plans, and new data already shows an unemployment spike in the district since President Trump has taken office. Nearly 4,000 workers in the city have filed for unemployment insurance. Across the country today, Tesla showrooms homes served as the backdrops for protests. Groups are rallying against CEO Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency, which has largely ordered the layoffs. News 4's Dominique Moody has new reaction from a federal employee who's among the thousands impacted.
Our actual goal in the department that I work for focuses directly on safety. And, basically all of us were really under the impression that, what we do is very important.
Former FAA employee and disabled veteran Jason found out at the tail end of the shift yesterday that he was one of the thousands of federal workers being laid off.
The environment was kind of like everybody who was working felt like everything that they were doing was almost for no reason. They just, they didn't feel valued.
The sweeping cuts are part of the Trump administration and the Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, led by Elon Musk's joint effort to shrink the size of the federal workforce. The layoffs are having a ripple effect in the nation's capital, where unemployment numbers have ticked up. According to CNBC, the district reported close to 800 jobless filings for the week ending on February 8th. A 36% increase from the prior week. The latest round of cuts affecting thousands of probationary employees who have yet to see civil service protections kick in. Sources say the IRS is expected to lay off thousands of probationary workers as tax season ramps up.
Stand up to what's going on. This is not okay.
Bill Byrne is set to host a rally on Monday to show support for federal workers.
There are many people, many vulnerable people who are going to be suffering in the coming months, perhaps even in the years. And we can all do something to help those people.
It's not yet clear how many FAA workers or IRS agents were impacted by these latest cuts. In Northwest, Dominique Moody, News 4.
So yeah, shout out to Next Level who's in the building. He says, he knows people that works for the IRS and they are in fear of losing their jobs. Wow. So go ahead, Ronnie. You know Trump, he started with the mass deportations and then he started with that. Now he's going to the federal, and also with Elon Musk, they're trying to do federal cuts, which will cost a lot of people's jobs. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your
Now, people may say I'm very biased. I don't mind when it comes to the IRS. Some people getting fired because they weren't doing their jobs anyway. There's some people still waiting to hear back from the IRS. So them getting fired, good. They need to fire more of them because hell, they be having people waiting on the phone for like the whole day. They still don't get no response to the next day. It's crazy when it comes to the IRS. And not that, but Trump mentioned it, and we also talked about it here on Chaos Culture Radio, how Trump was saying that a lot of people say they are not going back to work. Those are the people that's being let go. People that say they're not going to return back to work are one of the people that's going to be pretty much being let go because they say, hey, I like working at home. Why we got to go back to work? I like working at home. He said, no, get your behind back in the office. Allow them to say no. So they'll be let go. Now, there's a lot of people that are being let go because the simple fact is certain government funding was funding other things, aka your Ukrainian war, like Next Level spoke about. And not only Next Level spoke about, also SF also spoke about it as well. A lot of money that was going to the federal government was used for other things, and that's what putting a lot of federal government workers into a bad deficit, so they're not able to pay for everybody. That's why tomorrow's not promised, folks. That's why you got to be smart when you get your money and then invest that. Of course, it's not financial advice, but make sure you invest in anything that can make you richer than you was yesterday. Don't be stupid. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people today, they think their job's here tomorrow. No, your job could be gone literally tomorrow. You got to be smart in this game. Go right ahead, Akeem.
Brother, you took the words out of my mouth. I'm going to come at this a different point. A lot of us over the years was complaining that there's not enough money for certain programs. There's not enough money for this. There's not enough money for that. Where's the money going? When you get somebody in office who say, okay, no problem, let's audit everything, it's a problem. There's some departments that are there, we don't even know what they're there for. I didn't know what USIDI was, what they're doing. So now, unaccounted money that are being disappeared, SFU 100. They stated there was 150 years of money being thrown away somewhere. They don't even know where the money go. But every day we're complaining there's not enough money for healthcare. There's not enough money for roads. Not enough money. Now we'll find the money for you. The U.S. government is no different than a multi-corporation. The biggest expense is payroll. We have thousands of people that we're paying and what we're paying for. Some of these people can do 2 jobs for one. We don't need 5 people to do 5 different things. And that's my point.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you see stuff like this, and we see private companies do the same thing where they have to lay off people or and kind of really cut people off, and kind of really manage how the money works and how we put the payrolls and the money and everything. So I think it's shocking to a lot of people that Trump is really cutting down the federal government, which people that live in Washington D.C. There's a lot of people that say, hey, if I don't get any job, at least I want to go work in the government, because they pay well. Also, long-term security when it comes to benefits, health, and also your 401k and everything. So, yeah, to me, people should suspect stuff like this as we seen a big shift once Trump got to office. First with the deportation, now with the federal workers and everything. And me, I'm really anxious on how much money they can save, and also as SF said, all the other kind of money has been going to and everything. Because what are these IRS people have been taking checks and everything? That just tell me that there's going to be an investigation out of them. When it comes to investigation against the federal government, and if they found things and they can indict you. And they have like a 90% win, and when they indict you, they have a 90% chance of winning that case. We might see that going down the road, gentlemen. We might see that going down the road.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for being here. And $32 trillion Hakeem was missing. That's what you mean. $32 trillion was missing. Just on that caveat.
Not billions of dollars. Not billions, trillions.
That's the money that's supposed to go to the federal government workers. But go right ahead, Jordan. Continue.
Look what Muhammad just said. And they're going back into the government office instead of working from home. They are laying off new people first. My homeboy works in DC. You're right. Listen, I'm not saying that Muhammad, I'm not saying it's fair. But the point I want to get is, where's the money going? This is the first time, Muhammad, that anybody has ever audited the government. Where anything as far as the government, we don't know where money is going. We don't. Now it's just starting to expose things. And I know they might not like the messenger, but the application is this. I want to know. Okay, let's see receipts.
I want to say one last thing, Hakeem. There was I think it was 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, right? I did my taxes, right, and then the next year I found out I was owed $700 for the government. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't do their job correctly. Yeah, they don't do their job correctly.
Yeah, $700. I was like, wait a minute. They how
okay, but lazy. That was it.
So I experienced for first that wait a minute, I had $700 that's unaccounted for that was owed to me. So,
moving along. Yeah, I agree. They need to be fired.
All right, so absolutely. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about Wendy Williams. Shout out to Wendy Williams. So there's been some with her and the conservatorship about going to Miami and go see her father's 94th birthday. And there was a lot of talking about she probably can't go because of the conservatorship. But there has been some photos of her in Miami, looking well. She did go to spend time with her father, and then she was out enjoying in Miami, eating brunch with her sons in good spirits. So it gets questions like, does Whitney has some type of dementia, because how we heard her talk for the Breakfast Club and how we seen her, in most videos, she looks fine to me. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say muted. Yeah, Hakeem, they didn't really speak much. There was a
Yeah, they
strong
don't really
meeting.
speak much, but it's just, yeah, but it's just showing how, there's some people, well, a couple things with the conservatorship that, people thought, she was gonna go to Miami, but she's in Miami. And also, with her, people said that she has dementia, which we found out for her documentary that she did, last year. I mean, how's it looking right now? People are thinking like, what, does she have dementia? Or, have sometimes not talking right and everything, and but like I said, when we listen to Whitney on the Breakfast Club and how she's seeing her right now, she looks pretty good to me. Unless something that we don't know, maybe they're lying. But go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take of Whitney Williams? Celebrate her father, and also still better in her conservatorship.
Yeah, I told you. I think she should enter her guardianship. She looked to me well. She looked well put together. It looked like she right in her sound mind. It looked like she got herself pretty much putting herself right back together again. I think the judge should be able to garner to approve that guardianship or approval away from the people that's guardianship and her, because it seemed like she's functioning the way like a normal person would. Now seeing her son there at the table after doing that documentary, plus her recently did a TMZ interview stating that she may think that he's stealing from her, is kind of odd. However, but you know, when they love their kids, they just love their kids, even though the kids may do something terrible to them, and it's sad to see that. But who am I to speak on? I can't when it comes to family. Go right ahead.
I agree with you the same way, man. It's good. She does look healthy. She looked like she gained a little bit of weight. You know what I mean, which is good. You know what I mean? I've never seen her that clear before, because before she was really skinny and pale. God bless her. I hope she figures this out. I hope her family can hear this. Hey, only mom you got, just do right by her.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, the more I watch Wendy, when it comes to clips, the more I listen to her and everything. I don't know why at the beginning, somebody put a conservatorship. I don't know why, but the reason why, but I just feel like, she, a lot of people think, she was for the conservatorship, so that people can kind of think she's dealing with with the Britney situation when she was in conservatorship with her father, but at the end, Britney fought for it, and then she ended her conservatorship. Um, and also, there's been rules of Wendy, how she used her money, how she got a conservatorship, how she used to spend like thousands of dollars on alcohol, drinking it to her sleep and everything, and that kind of hurt her and everything. So, but at the end of the day, looking at Wendy, she's doing well. Be with her father, with family, which is a great thing. I'm with her, in the conservatorship and everything, because even though we might hear rumors that she's using it in the wrong thing, it's her money, and I feel like if she's mentally not impaired, or know what to do with her money, or kind of push it, ended it and have pushed it to one of her siblings to handle the money, I think that would be the best part. But yeah, man, Wendy looking fine, and then hopefully Wendy can win this conservatorship, so she can get her money back and then make smarter decisions and maybe give it back to her siblings.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to you on SF. Thank you so much for being here. We thank you so much for tuning in the show. Hope to catch you next time when we go live. Make sure you have your notification so you never miss it. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace that's also in the building. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here. Great to see you. Hopefully you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Go right ahead, Jordan.
All right, let's get to the next topic. Let's talk about some more politics stuff, because it gets kind of petty up here in these politics. So we're gonna talk about the congressman from Texas. His name is Brandon Gill, and he is circulating a petition to his supporters to sign and deport a fellow member of the Congress, Ms. Ilhan Omar, which she is a congresswoman in Minnesota. So he is arguing she is more loyal to the undocumented immigrants in the U.S. for she's from Somalia, the United States of America. You know, even though she's a congresswoman living in the United States, the congressman for Texas says he feels like she shows more love to immigrants undocumented immigrants than the citizens of the United States. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Is to be deported. Are you not sick and tired of the fringe left vouching for her and making excuses for her obvious indiscretions? She's training illegal immigrants to learn how to evade capture by ICE. She is affiliated with CARE, which was founded by people who support Hamas. She has equated the United States and Israel to terrorists. She wants to see Israel destroyed. She has said extremely anti-Semitic things about Jews, and she even refused to condemn the people who committed the 9/11 terror attacks. She wants to abolish ICE. The list goes on and on and on and on. She does not have Americans' best interests in mind. In fact, the evidence shows that she may have the interests of foreign nations closer in mind. She has done nothing to help Americans are maintaining peace. That's why a Texas representative has circulated a petition to deport her. And honestly, is she right? If you're a congressman member, America should be your first interest, not Somalia, not illegal immigrants. She has no place in our Congress, according to many. And does she really have a place in our country? Should Ilhan Omar be deported? I cannot wait to read your comments. I'm Armstrong Williams.
Boy, this is something, yo. And if we were to see a congressperson, man or woman, that's an immigrant to get deported, oh my God, that would be that would be trending. If we find something like that, hopefully happen this year, oh my God, that's gonna be trending right there. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take about a congressperson trying to deport another congressman out of the United States?
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen because majority for you to even be a congressman, you got to be a citizen of the United States. So that's for one. You just can't. A normal immigrant just can't just go ahead and become a congressman. Now that's not gonna happen. Every immigrant that are in the Congress office are United States citizens. They'll tell you that off the board. So you know, it's something for him to do, something for them to talk about. I find it to be very funny. I find it to be very entertaining, but that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. It will literally be chaotic to the whole process when it comes to going into office. Go right ahead. I can't do commentary.
I don't know about the whole deporting part, but I do agree with like where does her allegiance lies? You know what I mean? And sometimes when people get into power, they start to expose their ideas and their ideologies, and you see where they real mental lies with wherever it is. She still is gonna have some sense of pride for her country and pride because she is an immigrant. And you know what I mean? And sometimes some immigrants are not going to align with American views. They still want to be an immigrant in another country and want that country to turn to their country they come. You know what I mean? And this is why we have places like Little China. We have
But that's the problem. That's a problem with America. That we gotta continue to stop doing that because other countries are not doing the same stuff America doing. We being too much. We baby people too much.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be the downfall of America. But go ahead.
We're not telling people not to practice their customs, not to practice where they come from, but you also got to understand you can't do that in Denmark. You can't do that in Sweden. You can't do that in Switzerland, nor you can't do that in France. So when you come here, America has to be, you know what I mean? You love where you come from, but you are American. And that has to be, he says, we all immigrants on stolen soil. You could say that, but some Black Americans say they're the Native Americans.
Yeah, exactly. They was here first.
They was here first.
That's also debatable.
So, because let's be honest about it, a lot of us can't make that voyage from the transatlantic slave routes. A lot of us died on the route. Some of y'all had to been here already.
Correct.
So
that's a fact.
So I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know some of you. I don't know. A lot of y'all ain't immigrants. Y'all been here. You know what I mean? Some of y'all. So we're looking at it like that.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, fellas, when it comes to this undocumented immigrants, we've been talking about this ever since, Joe Biden, got into the office. We talked about, what happened in Chicago, New York, California, really all over the states that, how it's been more undocumented immigrants are coming into our states. Now that Trump's in office, he's definitely want to clean this up. The first day he got in office, he want to do a mass deportation. And it trickled down to Colorado, here in California. They are still protesting. The Mexicans are still protesting here about undocumented immigrants, even though they're showing their flags, their Mexican flags, but not American flags, which is kind of crazy. But when it comes to the congressman trying to get another congressman off, to me this is the most pettiest thing you can do. For you as a congressman to try to write a petition to try to get this person out of here, which I believe she is an American. She is an American. She paid her dues here. So I think with this mass deportation things and what a congressman got in his head, it's like, since it's still this mass deportation is kind of trending and everything. So let's see if we can get rid of a first time we get rid of a congresswoman as an immigrant, because she doesn't. She doesn't represent us as Americans, and she helps more of the undocumented immigrants and talk about more of the whole homeland with Somalia. Then she talked about the United States. So to me, I think it goes a little bit too far. She's still the congresswoman of Minnesota. It does not mean she doesn't have allegiance. That doesn't mean she'll have allegiance to another country, which is her homeland. She still have allegiance to the United States of America because she's a congresswoman. If she wasn't a congresswoman, we could have a different story. But since she's a congresswoman in the United States of America, her allegiance is for the United States of America and also the state of Minnesota.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. Go right ahead, Jordan.
All right, let's get to the next topic. Let's talk about Jake Paul. Talking about Mike Tyson. So he was on Aiden Ross live stream, and he was people claim that he was talking about that Mike Tyson had Parkinson's disease, and and fans that was watching kind of misdrew his words, or thinking like putting in fake claims that Mike Tyson had Parkinson's disease. So this is what Jake Paul said on his tweet. He said, "Bro, Mike Tyson didn't know that doesn't have any Parkinson." He said, "Why would the internet be so stupid for how I misspoke? Meant he used told to heal his pain, and he was spoken about it many times, just like I do, just like many do." So yeah, when people was watching Eddie Ross misread his words, people was going all in on Jake Paul, and also thinking like, wait a minute, is this breaking news that Mike Tyson had Parkinson while he was fighting? Which is why it wasn't true at all. So go ahead, Akeem, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Toad cured Tyson's Parkinson's so that he could come back and fight.
What the?
Yeah.
Wait, so the Parkinson's got toad, or the Parkinson's from a toad? You lick a toad? How does that work?
You smoke it. And then ayahuasca is really good for your brain as
I
well.
just do it to
And same with toad. Toad is what cured
like the toad?
Parkinson's. Or sorry, toad cured Tyson's Parkinson's so that he could come back and fight.
What the?
Yeah.
Wait, so the Parkinson's got toad, or the Parkinson's from a toad? You lick a toad?
Shout out for Sophia Grace, as we appreciate you all the time, sister. You gifting and gifting and gifting and gifting and gifting and gifting. We appreciate your support. She sent 5 memberships, to Ashton, to be the supporter. Thank you, Ashton. Mimi, Abi Wadi, Genesis I Am, and Chicago Gorilla. So they're back into the chaos culture, chaos supporters, which you really appreciate you. Once again, Sophia Grace, thank you so much. But going back to the topic, so Ronnie, you heard what he said, and then you heard when I read his tweet. So what do you believe?
I believe he accidentally misspoken, and I think that will put him in a lot of trouble because Mike Tyson team cleared it up and said he doesn't have Parkinson's disease. So, but I think he just misspoke when he was talking to Andy Ross. So I think that will put Jake Paul in a kind of like a small little trouble there, but that's why you got to be careful on certain commentary because it could bring you to a huge mess of lawsuits. Especially right now, as people are going crazy with these lawsuits, you got to be careful, folks. You got to be careful what you put out there into these streamers platform. So I think he made an accidental mistake, and Mike Tyson didn't say nothing too wrong about it. His team was like, it was just a accidental mistake. Go right ahead, King.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Jake Paul looked like he was out his mind. So I don't really think he meant. I don't know what they were talking about. That's to be honest with you. And you know what I mean? It could have been they talked about something else. They know not to say that about Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn's finest. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Situations like that, it happens all the time. There's a time, we did a podcast. We did a podcast for 4 or 5 years now that we had misspoken on some words and everything. Even though we're on we're a smaller platform and everything, you just, when it comes to, what Jake Paul says, you just really got to watch your words. Really, you just had to pause and say what you want to say. I know you didn't mean that Mike Tyson, had Parkinson's and everything, I just think, he kind of got caught here in the moment and not really processing what he was thinking and trying to say and everything. And that's why he put out the tweet, of him being pissed off about, people getting at him and everything. So, like I say, I would say it's a minor mistake on his part, but when it comes to him streaming, it's a big mistake. And it gets the crowd kind of riled up of thinking Mike Tyson really had Parkinson's disease, either at the fight or before the fight and everything, which is not the case. So, Jake Paul, he like I said, he knows better. He's a big streamer, one of the biggest YouTubers out there. So shout out to him and his brother. And like I said, this is no biggie, and people gonna forget about it. So it's untrue.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. A special thank you to Sophia Grace. Thank you so much for gifting the Chaos Culture Radio family, man. We love you so much over here. You understand? We really, really do. I think people love you on all the platforms. Everywhere you go, you do show love and support. Thank you so much. Go right ahead, join us for the final topic of today's show.
All right, let's talk about food banning when it comes to food stamps. So it has been circulating a little bit, but so the House has proposed for banning junk food being brought for food stamps, which I think we all think this is a great idea. Because when it comes to ultra processed foods, high sugars, it can definitely affect people in the long term when it comes to diabetes, your health, heart, everything. And to me, this looks like it's a big score that, hopefully eventually, either House put it into play, which it has to go to the Senate. And, once the Senate goes down, it goes to the president, which he has to sign the bill, and then it will go to the Supreme Court. And that's how it goes. But yeah, Trump administration is considering banning junk food from being sold on food stamps. So I'm gonna start with you, Ronnie, man. What's your take on, the administration think about banning junk food on food stamps.
I love it. I don't know why people have a hard issue with that. The whole purpose of the food stamp was for food, not for junk food. But some people will debate and say junk food is food. No, it's not nutrition for the kids. It makes a whole lot of sense, my brother. That's what food stamp was created. It's because they said a lot of people are unfortunate to buy food because of the price of the food, and now that the income of the parents is not enough to pay for certain foods. So the food stamp is supposed to be used for that. What is the big deal? That's why I say, what people, what's the uproar about, Hakeem? And Jordan makes sense to me. Shout out to Sports Time Zone for being in the building. Thank you so much for being here, my brother. Go right ahead, Hakeem. I think that's your homeboy, Hakeem.
Yeah, no, that's my brother from another mother.
Yes.
Food stamps should be for working class people too. It is, but what they're trying to ban from buying junk food. I think it's a fabulous idea. We deal with obesity. Their obesity rates are high, and if people are forced to buy healthy foods, meat, vegetables, and it's only going to work wonders. Sometimes we got to force people to eat right. You got to, because here's the thing: we need more workers. We need people to be more healthy, and it's just a wonderful way. If the government got to give you money, and you're not spending your own money, then he could tell you what to do and how to eat.
Correct. Facts.
So with this bill, this will help save a lot of lives. Period. Especially for the kids. Because when you get food stamps, we usually go to the side store, In-N-Out store, or a store that sells a lot of ultra processed foods and everything on each aisle, and you get that and everything. And by doing this, it will help kids and family be healthy again. Because look at this, gentlemen, like 40, 50, 60 years ago, right? We didn't have so much junk food then as we do right now. We have a whole bunch of junk food here, and right now we are probably the most healthiest people here in the world. Because if you go to Japan, if you go to Asia, if you go to some part of Europe, if you look at a lot of a lot of food ingredients that have banned in the other countries compared to here. And we just eat and eat and eat, and it messes up our health. It messes up your brain. It messes up your heart. It messes up everything. So turn it to not buying junk food and really going to the produce, and that's where the medicines are right there. Your vegetables, your fruits, your vegetable drinks, cold drinks, and everything. I just feel like, we need to turn back from the junk food and turn over to the produce department, because the produce department is going to help us save lives. That's what you should spend your money on. Facts. So if it gets approved, it's going to piss a lot of people off. Saying, so what? The government and the government is focused on your health. Now this stuff is bad and everything. And then with our Robert Kennedy, who is in charge, you're going to see, and he is, in it on the long run when it comes to, kids, especially kids eat healthy food, so you're going to see a lot of things that Robert Kennedy is going to change a lot of things when it comes to how we eat, as foods. And hopefully, Robert Kennedy can get to these public schools and try to cut down these ultra processed foods that people eat at kids eat at public schools, and have people eat more fruits and vegetables. Hopefully he'll go to that too. Good thing with the food stamp, I hope that happens. But the next thing I want to see happen is cut these ultra processed foods that we have in these public schools.
No, Sophia Gray say they need to make healthy food more affordable. The reason why it costs so much, Sophia Gray, all you gotta do is look in the produce section. You can see where the fruits and veggies comes from. Majority of them are imported here to the United States. It's not planted here. So that's why Trump is trying to make sure we get farmers the right program they need, so we can plant more stuff here, so it could be less cost efficient. we're importing most of the food and goods from other places like Canada,
Yep.
Mexico, Brazil, Haiti. All you gotta do is go to the produce section. You just see where it's coming from. None of them, you rarely see stuff say the U.S. The only thing that will probably come from the U.S., to be honest, is like strawberries, the oranges, the
Yeah.
apples.
Oranges,
But it's
some
not like
bananas here and there.
the
Yeah.
main produce stuff, the main healthy stuff. Go ahead, I can.
Majority of the farms in the U.S. either farming soybeans or corn.
Yes.
That's our biggest crop that we farm. I've driven all over here, and that's what I've seen the most. It's corn farms and soybeans. If we start to change the way we farm and not to be so dependent on this, because those are cash crops. Those are the only reason why farmers sell those. You know what I'm saying? And
Correct.
we even get some of my produce from China. So just look at it.
So if y'all want, that was say people don't understand the whole axis when it's serious about these tariffs. You gotta look into it. It makes a whole lot of sense. I want to say, and shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan that's also in the building. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like I say, shout out to everybody that's here watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace. Thank you so much for also gifting people with membership. Sapphire Grace, you are truly a blessing to everyone's channel, not just ours, because I see you bless Ashton, you bless like all over Sharon, everybody all across the board. You are a true supporter when it comes to content creators on platform. Not only that, but I also want people to also subscribe to you as well. Sapphire Expired. Make sure you go and subscribe to her as well. Show her some love and some support. Sapphire actually I do love when you be reading the books. I'll be listening. I'll be listening. I do go over there when you read your book for 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. I'm listening in because I like to read. I love audiobooks, and you have that voice for it. So shout out to you, and shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan, Sherry Bryan. Happy birthday again to Sherry Bryan. I know she really enjoyed herself, and also Gorilla Black. They always come in and show us love. Shout out to Hakeem's homeboy. Thank you so much for coming through. We really do greatly appreciate you, big dog. Sports Time Zone. We gotta do a show together, my brother. Me and you enjoyed it, man. Hakeem don't know too much about sports.
No.
We need to set up a show.
Hey,
we need to set up a show.
He know I don't know nothing about sports either. So chill. These are the two guys y'all should all get together and do a sports.
Especially when football season comes. Come holler at me. I'm very passionate when it comes to football.
Y'all can go on his show too. You know what I'm trying to say? Whoa!
Yeah. Shout out
thank you so much for the love.
With that $20 super chat. Oh my gosh, you keep blessing us and blessing us and blessing us.
I can't highlight it, man. You keep taking it down. Go ahead.
He said, I know I'm against the grain, but I love y'all. We love you.
Listen,
we love you.
Sapphire, I wouldn't change you for the bit. I want you to stay exactly.
Yeah, don't change. Way. Don't change, Sapphire. You bless so many people platform. It's not even funny. But I want people to also return the favor too by blessing you as well.
Hey, look what he just wrote.
I took Hakeem to his first basketball game. Man, I ain't got time for Hakeem.
There you go. Listen. Facts be on facts be on facts.
When Dwayne Wade was a rookie, and I bet Hakeem didn't even know where the basketball was landed.
listen. I ain't never been to the stadium till he brought me there, and I walked by that so many times.
I ain't gonna lie, Hakeem. I'm trying to do something different too. I told myself I'm going to baseball. The Marlins trash. Everybody know the Marlins trash. But I told myself I'm gonna take myself to a baseball game, and I'm gonna go to hockey. I was telling myself I gotta do something different. I already did wrestling, but I gotta do something different. You know, you gotta enjoy your life, man. Go ahead and treat yourself, man. Like go outside. That's what we were saying. Go outside. Don't be afraid. And also, I want to let the audience know too as well. Go ahead, catch a flight, because a lot of people are panicking. Don't panic. And don't get me wrong, accident does occur. It's the same way when you go into your car. I may go in my car, an accident may happen, God forbid, but it does happen. People do get into car accidents every day, but it's not going to stop me from driving. So go ahead and drive. Shout out to Ashton Williams, the creator of the Shiesty Adventure, who will go live right after us at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time. So guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to it. But let's help him reach 800 subscribers, guys. Don't forget, let's help him reach 800 subscribers. Shout out to Next Level too as well. He was also in the building. He's one of our cloud watchers. So when he comes in, it don't shock me because I know he be watching us from the cloud. But shout out to Next Level, guys. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel as well. And now that subscribe to On a Spot Live. She was here as well in the building. I went by her show today, Hakeem. So she was coming back to show the love and the favor. So thanks to her for coming through. We got to do another show with her as well when it comes to this real estate game because I'm really passionate about real estate. And now that our audience need to understand real estate as well for those that's trying to invest in real estate. Because a lot of people say that right now is the best time to buy property. I don't know how, but they can see it. They see money anywhere out there in those fields. So we need to link up with her On the Spot Live. So guys, make sure y'all go and subscribe to her channel as well. Now, I was trying to tell you, it's great content creators out here, man. They just need more exposure. One thing about this channel over here, what we're trying to do is get the small content creators a lot of shine, because a lot of them don't get a lot of shine anywhere else. So we're gonna make sure to get you guys some shine. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, shout out to those watching us on Instagram. Shout out to Conwena watching us on Instagram. Ruthless True was watching us on Instagram, and also RFC Florida 36 was also watching us on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to those that also watching us on the playback. I know no Chase to go back and watch the playback. Thank you so much. I always want to give him a shout out. And also Killer Swag watches on the playback too. Shout out to all the cloud watchers too as well, guys. Thank you guys for watching, even though you may not comment. But thank you just for tuning in, hitting the like button, sharing our content. We really do greatly appreciate it. Guys, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find a KL Culture Radio t-shirt. I don't have mine on today. If you gotta forgive me. I was looking for it. Forgive me. The KL Culture Radio hat, the KL Culture Radio coffee mug. Guys, come over here, support the platform. Go to KL Culture Radio store. It's also pinned on top of the chat. Now you gotta go to KL Culture Radio community tab. In the community tab, where you can find Prince Hakeem book, Black Love, and also his new album's about to get ready to drop March 14th, but he's gonna premiere it here on March 12th. So guys, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you have your notification on as well. And when he's doing that, we will do an exclusive interview with him too as well, asking him how did he come up with the concept with the album, what gave him the idea of the album, what's his future of the next upcoming album. We're gonna be the biggest thing on the planet is because of you guys making it big. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio, guys. We over and out. Peace.